Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I just thought I would talk about making new friends, and specifically if you've recently made a friend with a wheelchair user. I just thought I would give you some tips because people can be weird out there, and if you don't want to be a Barry or a Barbara, keep watching. If you don't know what a Barry or Barbara is, I do comedy sketches and I reenact what people say to me, and it can be quite wild. So, yeah. Anyway, here are some top tips if you have got a friend who's a wheelchair user and you just want to be normal. Do you know what I mean? Well, as normal as humans can be. So, the first tip is try not to make too many wheelchair jokes. Like, I think some people, when they're nervous, they'll just make jokes because it kind of sets the scene and breaks the ice a little bit. But when people make wheelchair jokes to me when they first meet me, it kind of tells me that maybe they're a little bit nervous. So then I feel a little bit nervous. So yeah, just try not to do that. And even if the person in a wheelchair makes wheelchair jokes, I feel like that's okay because they're the wheelchair user. That's not then a sign for you to copy what they're doing. Like for me, it takes a long time and to trust somebody. This is just my opinion anyway, but it takes a long time to trust someone and to have that banter connection before people start making jokes. So yeah, just don't do it. Like leave it and then like build up that rapport, and then it'll just become natural then, and then you'll know, like, as you do with any friend, how far you can go. The second one is about helping your friend. So I am fiercely independent. I really don't like people doing things for me without them asking. And I'm quite vocal about that, but not everyone is. And obviously, friendships are different, and some people rely on people all the time, so that can be very different as well. But recently, I went to for breakfast with a new friend. I mean, I've known her for like a year, but we met in like a work setting, and then we decided to have a catch up. And we were going for breakfast, and this is so random, but I got toast separately, and I just, butter and toast, I just can't do it. I don't know what it is, like, I've got arthritis in my hands. When the butter's really cold, I just, like, I make holes in my toast, start getting angry, like, it's stressful. So I could see my friend was, like, looking at me, and I was just like, oh, can you do this, please? It's going to take me forever. And that was, like, the first time I'd also asked her to move the chair when we first got there as well. But, like, basically my point is I will always ask if, like, I need help with something. So I think the best way to approach this when you're friends with a wheelchair user is to be like, let me know if you need anything, but I won't keep asking. Like, that's just kind of it's a little nod to be like, I'm aware that you might need things, but I'm not going to baby you about it, because it can be so exhausting if, like, someone's constantly being like, do you want me to do it? And it's like, and you kind of feel a bit on edge. So yeah, most of my friends now know that if I need something, I'll ask. But when I meet new people, I can feel that, like, awkwardness if it looks like I'm struggling, when actually that's just what I do. But yeah, if I'm buttering toast, if you see me out and about and I'm trying to butter toast, please come and offer to do it, because that is such a ball ache. And finally, a tip that I thought I would bring is, one way you can really help is if you've organised a catch up somewhere and you're going to go for a meal or you're going to go somewhere. It's amazing when friends research accessibility. Like, sometimes when you're a wheelchair user, it is hard because if you know your needs better than anyone else, you are naturally gonna be the host in that situation or be the event planner. But sometimes that can be really exhausting as well. And it just adds that kind of responsibility and pressure. So when you are going out with a friend who's a wheelchair user, if you know the basics, like it needs to be step free and there needs to be an accessible bathroom. Like sometimes people need a little bit more than that as well. But that's what I need. So it is amazing when I catch up with a friend and they're like, oh, I've checked and it's step free and there's a bathroom, don't worry about it. Like that to me is true love. Like I really, really appreciate that. And I think, especially when I was in my 20s, I definitely became a little bit tired of doing it, and it does add to the kind of admin of being disabled. So yeah, if you can do that for someone, I think that is such a lovely thing to do. And also it then means that you create like a menu of places that you know that you can get in, so that then when you have catch ups you can be like, oh, should we go to that place that we really like? So yeah, I just thought I would do a quick video today about friendships, just because I met that friend a few weeks ago, and I just think making friends as a wheelchair user, I mean, it's easy. It's, don't get me wrong, like for me, I've never struggled making friends, but God, I sound like such a big head, don't I? But it's true. Like, what's hard for me is navigating society and like trying to do what everyone else is doing. So like a lot of places aren't accessible, or if people don't know disabled people, it's like educating people on disability all the time. So yeah, I hope those tips help. Let me know if you're a wheelchair user or you're disabled in some way. Tell me what qualities you appreciate in your friendships. I would love to know. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!